Hey guys, how's it going? So, episode 13 of Boku no Hero Academia was beautiful, man. Like, the sun's out, I got a haircut, and this episode just made my day. Now, all I can say, if I had to say what my thoughts were about this episode, it just presented how great of a series this actually is. Studio Bones have just been fantastic over this season, and with season 2 coming, it's onwards and upwards. Like, that's all I can say. Now, I really did enjoy this episode, but before I get to that, I want to talk about my overall thoughts and opinions of season 1. Season 1 of Boku no Hero Academia has been lit. It has been beautiful, it's been amazing, it's been sensational, it's been fantastic, it's been great, it's been hype, it's been GOAT. Like, I don't know what I could say to describe it to you guys. I know a lot of people who are anime only, and I saw it whilst like episode 1, episode 2 were coming on. A lot of people were skeptical about this series. And they weren't skeptical because it would be like, bad plot or anything. They just thought it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be very hype. It wouldn't be very interesting. They thought it'd just be like a second-rate version of One Punch Man. I'm not gonna say that again because that's extremely frustrating. But it is what it is. But like, people think it weren't gonna be awesome. They didn't think it was gonna be great. They thought it was just gonna be a simple slice of life hero setting anime. And I'm hoping that those thoughts have been changed whilst they've seen if they went throughout the whole 13 of episodes, because these 13 episodes have truly been good. And this is only a teaser, and I'm saying this is a teaser because for the things to come, the things to come is gonna be amazing. Like, these 13 episodes, you're just putting your feet in the waters right now. You haven't fully dived in to what the greatness of this anime is, and from judging from what we saw at the end of this episode, it's only going to get better, man. I don't want to spoil it for you guys because obviously I'm a manga. I up to date with the manga. I don't want to spoil anything, but all I can say, that character that you guys saw, oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see more of that animated. Like, that is going to be... When it comes, I'm going to tell you, the fandom, everyone who's watching Boku no Hero Season 2, they're going to be like, mind blown. Not even mind blown, they're just going to be so hyped. Like, the hype train is going to be filled. You can't buy the tickets anymore. It's going to be full. Like, I can't wait till we get Season 2. I didn't announce it, but I touched upon it in my manga review. But the fact that we're getting a Season 2, I'm not surprised. I'm happy. I thought it was going to be inevitable because I saw the greatness that this season was going to be, that this series actually is. We don't know when Season 2 is going to come out. All they said it's coming soon. Best bets, I've got two ideas. Now, I'm going to say realistically, it's probably going to come out same time next year. So maybe around March next year. Now, if I'm going to be optimistic, I'd like it to be, October, September this year. That would be beautiful. And I'm saying optimistically because it wouldn't be impossible. Because who knows, maybe they've already started on it now. It depends. There's a lot of factors which decide this. But who knows, maybe they started it now. We do not know. That's why I'm saying it could possibly come out late 2016, like October, winter. We're not really sure, to be fair. Or is that fall? I'm not really sure. Either way, it could possibly. I'm not ruling it out, but it depends on the budget, it depends on the whole timetable of what's going to be in the time slots, with what Studio Bones are going to be producing. We're not really sure. So I'd say safe to say, I think it's probably going to come out March next year. And that's not that long. So we've got a bit of waiting, but you guys, if you want to read the manga, get into it. And honestly, what I can say, some people have been asking me as well, some people have been wondering if they have to start back from chapter 1. You guys don't have to. The anime adaptation has been panel by panel. It has been great. It hasn't skipped out anything. I was worried about censorship. I'm not worried anymore. I am not. So, if you guys want to read the manga, it's on chapter 21. Chapter 21, I believe. And then that gets into the next arc, which Season 2 will be about. Now, if you guys don't want to read the manga, that's fine by me. Like, just wait for the anime. Either way, Season 2 coming, I can promise, I'm quite sure that Season 2 is going to be as good, I can promise the quality is going to be as good, if not better, in Season 2. Now, I'm going to say the plot, the story development, all of that stuff's going to just increase. And it's gonna be beautiful. Now this episode was really cool because obviously it was a bit sad as well because of the finale, but it was kind of the finale of the villains arc as well. We're seeing All Might, and it was just really good because you're seeing a lot of things which is kind of just going in with some of the themes that is Boku no Hero Academia. And that is obviously the hero and villains, but it's also the reality of what a hero and villain society is like. It's extremely dangerous. We've seen these villains, they can take lives, these quirks, they're extremely dangerous. We're seeing All Might, he's pushing himself to the brink, going beyond his limits to save people. They're putting their lives on the line, and we see that. We see at the end of this episode, we see Aizawa Sensei, number 13, All Might, Deku, they're all in the hospital. Like, Aizawa Sensei just had bandages all over his face. We know that his orbitals, they've got crushed, and that's obviously the muscles around the eyes. So we're kind of wondering what impacts is that going to have on his future, his aspiration, his career, his quirk. If obviously his eyes aren't as great, maybe is his quirk going to be able to function? Maybe he won't be able to use his eyes as much. We're not really sure. Same with number 13. Like, these guys, they put their life on the lines for the student, and that is like props to them because that is what a hero should be. We're seeing All Might. The fact that he was going to turn into his normal form, within like less than a minute, he was still standing there holding the symbol of peace. And when he was doing that, it really made me think back to, I believe it was episode 1 or 2, and that was when he was talking about a smile, how he always puts a smile on his face to hide his fears. He always puts a smile on his face to persuade him that he's not afraid and to tell the people that he is here. So I was just like, yo, that's just great continuity. And it's just awesome for like the characters and everything. I was just like, man, that was beautiful. So, in this episode, we see Ida coming back. We see more of the pros coming in, and we see a bit more expansion of the pro heroes and what they can do. We see a guy who can create clones. That was pretty cool. I'm not going to tell you their names because I don't want to spoil it for you. We see a guy who's just got a snipe, and like the aim on that is beautiful. The accuracy going through the cliffs and everything. I was just like, whoa, settle down. And the man was savage. I mean, it was great because he came out, took out Shigaraki's arms and legs just like that. And it was in the knee joints as well, so I can just imagine that pain. Imagine that bullets going straight through. That was beautiful. We saw some of the other heroes. We didn't really see all of the heroes do some stuff. We saw someone called Cementos. And his quirk is, I'm really interested in his quirk actually. And that is how he can manipulate clay. Not clay, sorry, he can manipulate cement to his will. That is, if you think about it, in a modern society, our kind of day, our modern society, he would be extremely powerful. Literally, in the environment of the city life, the metropolis and all that kind of environment, he's got the advantage. Like, he can control the roads, the buildings, all the kind, anything that's got cement, it is his domain. So imagine how strong he'd be up against some kind of heroes. He would be great for, first of all, offense, defense. He'd be even good for like safety and bringing people to rescue and just helping like against tremors, you could say. The limits, the possibilities for his quirk are limitless in my opinion. It's just a matter of like just your imagination, what he can do with it. So we did see a lot of some heroes. We didn't get all the introduction of those heroes, but I'm sure we'll see them in season 2. You guys will definitely see them. They were pretty cool. I like their character designs. They were just beautiful. It just looks so hype as well, man. Like all those pros coming in, and they taking out Shigaraki. And now we find out with obviously Nomu. Nomu's been captured by the police. So investigations is obviously going to occur. They've lost Nomu, so it seems like the illegal villains have kind of lost a chunk of their battle power. They have lost a chunk of their battle power, and we actually find out a bit more, which I want to talk about briefly, and that is the Master. Now I'm calling him Master because we didn't have anything. You could either call him Master, or you could call him teacher or whatever, or just the guy from the TV screen. And that is the person who Shigaraki was talking to. It seemed like he was their master. All we heard was his voice. Now I don't want to dive into too much. But all I can say is, like, you guys should be interested. Like, be interested in that guy, man. Like, damn. All I can, I don't want to spoil. Like, I'm not. Yeah, I won't spoil. All I'll say is that yeah, he's cool. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I'm interested in more. I'm interested about his character more. I'm wondering. It kind of seems like it'll be foreshadowed because he was the way he was talking to Shigaraki. He was like, you're going to be the new symbol, like, you're the symbol of us, for us, or something like that. So I'm paraphrasing, of course. But it seems like this master, this teacher's kind of raised Shigaraki to be like the symbol of the League of Villains. Just how All Might is the symbol of peace, maybe Shigaraki in the future or possibly Deku in the future will possibly be the symbol of peace. Maybe, pardon me, Shigaraki will be the symbol of evil or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Maybe it's also a foreshadowing between this teacher and All Might fighting. That would be interesting to see as well. So like, it seems like this episode was setting up a lot, not just for season 2, but also just for the future of the series. And it's great. There's a lot of interest, enticement, like hype, and I'm just, honestly, right in my mind, I'm just thinking what we saw at the end for this season 2, the promo. That was just I can't stress enough how hype that was. Either way, this episode was cool. My general thoughts, my overall thoughts on season 1 of Boku no Hero was amazing. Highly recommend this series. Studio Bones, you the real MVP. Tell me what's comment below what you thought of this episode of Shinigami-san. And I won't see you next week for that episode. No, I won't. I'll see you next time for that season 2. And if you guys are the manga readers, I'll see you next week for that chapter. Shinigami-san, goodbye.